Yes, guys, welcome to the Tactical Devils. And tonight we are going to cover that Real Madrid is in actually chaos, and Tchouaméni and Valverde had a training ground fight that turned ugly. The reports have been many and strong, and what it says is Real Madrid's dressing room has exploded into full crisis after reports emerged of a huge bust-up between Tchouaméni and Valverde at training. According to multiple sources in Spain, tension boiled over a back-to-back clashes between the two midfielders, with Valverde reportedly ending up in hospital following the alteration. And Real Madrid have now opened a disciplinary proceedings as the situation threatens to derail their season completely ahead of El Clásico. So this will be the main topic. We will talk a little bit about Man United, about Real Madrid and their players, and what actually happened. There came an official statement from Valverde, I would say 20 minutes ago. We will read it, and he will come with details of what happened. So guys, stay tuned. We will also cover the latest. We will talk about Matheus Fernandes links that have risen the couple of last 24 hours. Also, believe it or not, Tchouaméni is actually linked to Man United in the latest reports. So again, everything's happened. Can't we trust the IT case or what's going on? It will be interesting. And at the end of the show, we will talk a little bit about Man United Sunderland that's coming this Saturday. And let's just start with congratulating Aston Villa for beating Nottingham Forest 4-0. And also Crystal Palace in the final of the Conference League. So a lot of British English teams in the later stages of the European tournaments. So guys, girls, Stu and I will be back after this short intro. So guys, see you in a second. Yes, guys. Welcome to the Tactical Devils. I see a lot of people have tuned in already, as usual. Yeah. Let's just start reading names. I see Jan Malmin coming in with a Norwegian text saying snip, snap, snute, and Forest are ute. Total demolition job here. So, Danny B comes in and say, hit that like button on the way in. Yes, that's important always. Hit that like button. Get those likes in early, guys. Smash the like. Let's do a like spike in the beginning of the show. Tom Porter is in the house. Big up, Tom Porter. A club in turmoil. They might have to sell some of the biggest stars to sort the mess they're in. Yes. I gladly take Valverde to Man United. And Tchouaméni. So, yeah. We will have the debate. And begin with two lovely goals. Bilal is in the house. I am Titanium. Yo coming in. And a lot of you legends in the house already. I see Niall Brady and Johnny Commode. And Grace is in the house. And starting the show by gifting 5 Tactical Devils memberships. And Stu haven't said a word or one word.
I know. I've been quite quiet tonight, which is unusual for me. But no, first of all, many congratulations to Villa. One of my best friends is a Villa fan, and he's absolutely over the moon today. I did think that they would win Villa. I think I said, didn't I, the other night, that Villa will probably go through. Great for Palace as well, equally, and equally the Gunners. So as much as we hate the Gunners, and they've been fucking unbearable, haven't they, since? Apparently, they're the greatest Champions League side of all time now. Exactly. Yeah. So fuck knows if they ever did the double. Thank God they got PSG, because PSG looks supreme.
No way Arsenal win that thing.
No. The second half when I got back from footy last night, I was really impressed with PSG. So it's been brilliant. Whether as football fans, to see 3 English clubs make it through to 3 European finals is absolutely brilliant for us. So I can see 2 winners. I definitely think Villa will win, and I can see Palace winning as well. So I think we're going to get at least 2 champions. Now, Villa win. I don't know what that does to our coefficient. Does it go down?
Nothing for us. It's just positive, and also, the final will be between Aston Villa and the German team Freiburg is in the final. They beat Braga from Portugal tonight.
3-0 they won tonight, don't they?
3-1, yeah. So Aston Villa Freiburg will be the final, and in the UEFA Conference League, Crystal Palace just won against Shakhtar Donetsk, and they will meet Rayo Vallecano from Spain.
So that
will be also a Spanish teams. It's always a tough matchup, but I have my bets on Crystal Palace.
I'm happy with that 2 wins. Yeah, I'm happy with that 2 wins.
Yeah. Let's go into the gifted 5 Tactical Devils membership from Grace. I'm sitting here trying to open up my
I've already got it.
My phone. Okay. So you might do the honor. Let me just play Grace a little jingle for that fantastic gift.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for a jingle. Gracie, absolutely superb. And we got 5 brilliant members. So I'm chuffed for you all. There's a bit of a pattern that goes to these memberships, by the way, Jarvis, but I'll start with it. So the first one is Diogo Dallo 01, Dallo Diogo 02. That's the second one. Diogo Dallo 0001. I can't see the coincidence here. Portuguese Dallo 004 and Dallo 005. So, all those are absolutely brilliant, Gracie. We have Tom Porter, who's come straight in with a membership. We've got End the Madness. He'll be delighted with that as well. Loudmouth Football.
Loudmouth.
Yes. Honored. I don't know what that is. Somewhat Triumph anyway. And Red Devil Studio. So see if you can work that one out. Honored.
Yes, and RDS Red Devil Studio. Big up RDS. I hope you're well, my friend. And
Diogo Dallo and Diogo Dallo. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Grace. By the way, Jarvis, have we told Grace that Dallo's are probably our player of the year? We mentioned that.
Well, you mentioned it, and because of that, Grace just sent another super chat. So again, Grace, you don't have to, but you are a freaking legend of the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, coming in with a swap deal, Tchouaméni for Ugarte, 100%. Real Madrid would love that. Ugarte, that the Uruguayan midfield with Valverde and Ugarte, that will be dynamite for them. And, there will be no bus stops, no fights, nothing. They will be friends. Uruguayan partnerships. Yeah.
Why not? Falling apart. I felt this year that when they maneuvered Alonso out, and look, and I think there's some real poisonous footballers at Real Madrid, and it includes a certain Englishman. I think he's been awful for Real Madrid this season. Yeah,
or Trent.
No, Bellingham. No, Bellingham. I think he rose very, very quickly within Real Madrid, and there was a certain change within him, which a lot of us in England have noticed. Didn't make the England squad a couple of times due to injuries. Was he really injured? There's so many questions surrounding him, Mbappé. players like Tchouaméni. It's just been awful. The demise of Real Madrid.
Quick question: would you swap for England in this World Cup McGinn from Scotland and Bellingham for the number 10 position?
Me and you, right? We've been doing this gig a long time, but if you remember, I said to you, I've said to you 5 times over the last 6 weeks, the difference between Aston Villa performing and not performing is John McGinn. And they were woeful at best against Tottenham. John McGinn comes back in because he was rested. He comes back in, bang. When Villa went through that wobble just after Christmas, just before Christmas, after Christmas, when McGinn was out for about a good 6 to 8 weeks, and as soon as he came back, what happened? It's hard to put your finger on a player being so instrumental in one team, and yet John McGinn is, because football's a team game, but John McGinn's made him tick tonight right through.
I hate to say it, he's a brilliant player. I always rated John McGinn.
Well, Fergie raved about him. Fergie wants him again.
But he's starting to get a little too old, maybe, for Man United. We only like those 22, 23-year-olds. Yeah.
I don't know how old McGinn is, but we can't take McGinn, unfortunately. But, credit where credit's due. Great to see him. Would you swap? Would we get, Agati out the window? Yeah, absolutely. We need to move Agati on. There's certain things that we do need to do, and there's certain things that we were not going to be able to do. I think we all know that. I saw your debate last night about the left winger. I think a left winger is so far down our priority list.
I don't know if you guys saw it. I did a 2-hour Jarvis's Corner on Northern channel without Northern.
Yeah, I couldn't join, and I was banned. I was banned last night. So, I can.
That's okay. That's okay. I quite enjoyed it, doing an hour for myself, just me and my yappity yap.
Yeah. But I think a left winger is so far down our priority list right now. I understand the conversation. I get it. But if we don't sort out our midfield, then we're going to have problems moving forward. And we all know that as fans of this great club. We all know that. So I think you're seeing a couple of things, really. You're seeing the demise of Real Madrid. The funny thing was for me, which I'm not surprised, by the way, 13 million signatures to remove Mbappé in the summer is horrendous for him, and horrendous for Real Madrid, and horrendous for every other team on the planet, because nobody can afford the guy. He's a money motivated footballer, and they just don't think he works hard enough. He's had problems, hasn't he, with going away on holiday? He's had all this. But Jarvis, I've never rated Mbappé. He's not been a player that is completely.
Well, you can't talk down his talent. It's not about his talent. It's about his attitude.
He's all about attitude, and he's wrong. Neymar succumbed to attitude, and look where he is now. They've made all the money in the world, but they've been succumbed to attitude. Bellingham is running down the same path. Attitude, and we don't have we've had the problems with attitude. Rashford, Sancho, we've had these issues. Garnacho, we've had these issues with the attitude, and we've dealt with it. We've got rid of them, and they're gone. The only pants we've been able to pull down were Chelsea over transfer fees, but ultimately, we have got rid of these attitudes, and this is the biggest problem with modernism in football. You give a player a voice, and he takes it, and he just constantly yaps and yaps and yaps. So whoever comes into us, Jarvis, and this brings me on to Tchouaméni, whoever comes into us has got to understand the club that he's walking through the door. You can fall out with players, you can get aggressive with players, but you don't go punching players at Manchester United. Or you can have a verbal fight with them all day long. You can have a little push and a shove all day long, but you don't punch somebody, and so.
We don't know all the details in this particular situation, but
somebody's punched somebody. and
Well,
that's it.
not according to reports. That was quite conflicting. You should thought. The reports came out. Let's do it chronologically, and
Yes.
let me just find. Why am I never prepared? Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I
Okay,
mean,
I got it.
we know it started Wednesday, don't we? We know they had an altercation in training Wednesday. I think it was a tackle, wasn't it? Tchouaméni put a tackle in on Valverde and he didn't like it, etc., etc., etc. And they got into it again today, didn't they? Inside the dressing room or something along those lines.
Yeah, and well, Real Madrid has confirmed a disciplinary proceeding having been opened against Valverde and Tchouaméni following incidents, plural.
Yeah, there was two. There was one
occurred during morning, the first team training session. There was a dressing room altercation, which saw Valverde taken to hospital with a head injury, sources say. So again, this is the reports that came out, but and also, Fabrizio with this drama coming in with the next one saying breaking Valverde suffered a traumatic brain injury and will miss the El Clásico. It's just shock after shock. And the test carried out today on our player Valverde by Real Madrid medical service has been diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury. So it's a traumatic brain injury.
Oh, yeah, and he's gone home. Yeah, really traumatic, that one, isn't it? Fucking clown.
How many traumatic brain injuries have you had in your life, Stu, your lifetime?
Well, most
being
people
a centre-back and all of that.
Yeah, most people who know me saying I was born with a brain injury because I'm as daft as a brush. Dumb as they come, smart as I am. They think I'm as dumb as they come. But you look at the last one. The last crack I had was about 8 weeks ago when I got elbow into the temple, side of the head. Well, it just missed the temple. It was just here above the ear. And ladies and gentlemen, when I smile and laugh now, I still get a faint pain. Where it is. A traumatic brain injury tends to suggest that you might want to stay in hospital with observation. That's really what a traumatic brain injury is. I mean, look, to be fair to Fabrizio, he may well have been misquoted, mightn't he? Or he might not have understood the use of the word traumatic because it's trauma. If you are in a trauma unit in hospital, that's it. You are in big trouble, man. Big trouble. So, my point is, whatever's gone on, Valverde has ended up having to get checked over by the medics, whether it's a kick or a punch or whatever. And our squad, it's so weak mentally and physically. You don't want somebody coming in and Tchouaméni putting Bruno out for 6 weeks, do you? I know he's out for 2 weeks. You don't want Bruno out for 6 weeks. Tchouaméni's lost his head and he's smashed Bruno. Go and lose your head and go and smash your own head against a fucking wall. Do whatever you need to do, but you don't hit your teammates. You push, you shove. You do. I've done it myself. I promise you. You push, you shove, you get aggressive, you get angry. You get your point across that way. You push them up against the wall, but you don't punch. It's a strict no-no in a dressing room for me. But I like the fact that they have fallen out.
I played the game myself. They have been bust-ups all the time. It's in a locker room with your teammates. It's a lot of, dare I say it, testosterone. People have their egos. They have their ways, and but the thing is, in my experience, it's never personal. It's more about something that just happens in a split of a second. Someone just, and then they're good again, and people just say okay, let's be friends again, and let's clear the air and be
like 2 days though.
Yeah, and that's where the problem lies.
Because look,
I
problem
don't
is,
think it's an unusual situation that players get into fights.
no, it's not unusual. They do, like I say, I've got into plenty of bus stops. If I put my mates on here, they'd give you a fucking list like this at the time I've lost it and gone fucking nuts. But it's kind of, I know when to stop. I always have known when to stop. I always know that we your teammates in a dressing room, you draw the line with fisticuff. You draw the line with punching somebody. Because you've got to line up with them on the Wednesday, or you've got to line up with them on a Saturday afternoon, and your mate's there walking out with a shiner, and he's maybe not having his best game, mate. That's on you, fella, not on him. That's on you. You lose the game 1-0, 2-0 because the injured party's made a slight error. That's on fucking me, not you. Everything's on me. So it's see you, Bilal. It's just one of those for me. I just kind of like according to Romano, Valverde's teammates found him knocked unconscious in the locker room. Yeah, I mean, nobody knows. Who knows? We don't know, Trev.
Well, Stu, if let's just be detectives and just go with the facts, because this came out officially. Valverde statement, and he said yesterday I had an incident with a teammate during a training session. The fatigue from competition and the frustration made everything seem blow out of proportion. So okay, I gotta go a little bit down. So in a normal locker room, these things can happen, and they are usually resolved internally without becoming public. Clearly, someone here is spreading rumors. With a season without titles where Real Madrid is always under scrutiny, everything gets blown away out of proportion. So basically now he starts like the Bill Clinton, I never inhaled talk. It's just mumbo jumbo talking about blaming all the other things, bad season and all of this. But this is where it gets interesting. You say, today we had another disagreement during the argument. I accidentally hit a table, causing a small cut on my forehead that required a routine visit to the hospital. So basically what he's saying, today they had another disagreement, and he accidentally hit a table, causing a small cut. So no hitting, nothing. And now this comes out. At no point did my teammate hit me. I didn't hit him either. So again, this is directly from the source Valverde saying there were no hitting. No one did nothing. He just miraculously just ended up with a brain injury or a fracture.
You forgot the signature at the bottom, Florentino Perez.
Yes.
There's absolutely no fucking chance Valverde, what's his name? Valverde wrote that. No chance. That is,
it's like a novel. It's 5 pages long, so I won't read it all. But this is the
situation. Tchouaméni will come out with something similar, and it'll be quite in line. Somebody. Sorry, there's a quote about bullying. There's a question about bullying in the changing room. Here we go from Jess. Jess says, Stu and Jarvis, big up by the way. Did anybody witness any bullying within dressing rooms? I saw it growing up and I didn't like it. Used to definitely inhibit my game at times. I have come across bullying. It's always been verbal bullying. It's never been physical. I wouldn't stand for any physical violence in a dressing room that I was in anyway. I would always stand up if I thought it was non-constructive criticism and he's just digging a player out all the time. Then yes, I've stood up to and said things to managers or players about that. There are certain characters. There's a makeup of characters in a football team and a makeup of characters in a dressing room, and you can walk into that dressing room. You've had a particularly pissy morning, something hasn't got right for you. You might crash your car, you might have stubbed your toe, you might have fallen out with your missus, your kids might have been playing you up or whatever, and you walk in and you just walk in a bad mood. Somebody says something to you, snap, it makes you fucking blow up. But I have seen it, I have witnessed it, I've seen it on other teams as well when I've been playing, and I hate bullies anyway. Jess, I cannot stress this enough. I fucking detest bullies. Anybody who thinks they can railroad a person, manipulate a person for their own amusement or their own gain is sickening to me. And so I would always step in if I felt it was bordering on bullying or completely unjust, and I would step in, not because for anything else that I would hate to think that anyone is doing that to a member of my family or people that I care about or love. So, Jess, I'm sorry you've had to put up with that, and it probably has inhibited your game. I hope you've not seen it since, and you're still playing. So, but
yeah, I 100% agree, and I think Nicky also comes in. I hate bullies too, and I think we all do, you know. But but this is on a regular level, you know, from you know, regular people as you and me and you guys playing football. But Tyrone also comes in with this comment that football is ruthless. And if you are having a shit game, your teammates will not hesitate to tell you. And especially at the highest level. Yeah. Because, you know, the competitiveness and the need to win every game, every training session, every little fight, every time you step on that pitch, you know, the need to win. You know, Real Madrid, you wouldn't come as far as Real Madrid if you weren't a little mental in the first place.
It's not. I know what you mean.
Winning.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean, and I think you're right. Look, I'm on record as saying I'm a terrible winner. We win a game of football 3-0. We've hit the post twice. We won 5-0. How the fuck have you missed that? And Tyrone, you're absolutely right. When you're on that pitch or you come off that pitch, if you won, drawn, or lost, you have, you know, people have something to say. And I always think it's how you put it, it's how you get your message across. You know, if we've been blamed at the back, I'll always blame the midfield. How the fuck's he got through the middle? You're having a pop at us, but he's had a 10-yard free run. And that's how I approach it. But there are people that just explode, and that's how they get it off their chest.
Yeah. And I would be surprised if the media got hold of all the fights that have happened at Man United during the last, let's say, 10, 15 years, or even the last 20 years.
I mean,
because there have been a lot of fights. I'm 100% sure, but it's not the way we want to have it. It's not. There's no excuses and all of this. But again, it's basically part of a very extreme competitive environment, and that's not the same as me defending it. It's just stating something. I see Nuruddin in the chat. Nuruddin, I'll send you the link. Check your WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, you're entitled to. You know, everyone's entitled to speak about it because we've all witnessed it. We've all seen a variety of different things. Nicky was saying, my dad, Nicky, I don't know if you're male or female, so I'm not going to say he or she. My dad taught me how to fight in case I came across bullies at school. Absolutely. I did the same with mine and made sure they can defend themselves. Yeah, so I've got no problem with that. I blame everybody. Never blame yourself. Me and Jarvis will tell you this, it was never your fault. No chance. First rule of thumb, Trev, first rule of thumb, it's never your fault. It's always somebody else. You find the closest player to you, and I promise you it's his fault. You know, I've always done it for a bit of fun. Mighty Tipton Town. We've got our final league game this season, Saturday afternoon. It's a winner takes all for the title, but we need to win 8-0. So I think we're going to end up finishing second. A mighty Tipton Town. Then we've got to cook the following weekend. We got a quarter-final cup match, and I'm so looking forward to the break. After that, I just need the break on. So.
I just want to bring up this before we go back because I want to tell a little anecdote or story from my own football life when it comes to fights. But Niall Bradley coming in and say last Friday, the 5th and 1st was definitely my birthday. I saw this. Sorry, I didn't have time to put it in right away. But happy birthday, Niall Bradley. And how old? No, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to ask that question. But Niall deserves a little Carrick, So big up to Niall and happy birthday, buddy.
Right. By the way, Nikki is a she. Thank you, Nikki, for pointing that out. I didn't want to. I didn't want to state otherwise. Our charity match is in June. I need to get the date. I'll give you the date. I'll put it in there, and I'll do it Just Giving. If you'd like to donate, you don't have to, guys. But that would be cool.
We will obviously put out the link for the charity when the time is right. I was just going. I saw a comment. I wanted to say something about. Yeah, Trevor also talked about football is a game of individuals. Yes, it's a team sport, but basically me, myself, and I. And correct. I think this is where football have become more extreme than we were used to back in the days in the 90s and 2000s, and even in the 70s and 80s, when Stu was at his pomp, at his prime.
Did you say 70s? I was a tad long, definitely in my pomp in the 80s and 90s. I went in my prime in the 70s. Now you're going to see some problems. now it's on. Jess, this is what you call bullying.
That's how you do bullying, with a smile.
That's how you bully with a smile, don't you?
Push him down with a smile.
Pushing him. When I was in my 70s, I was a tiddler. Ladies and gentlemen, a tiddler. Fantastic. Well played, my friend. Well played. Are you Nuruddin?
Thank you. Big up, Nora. You're on mute, my friend. You're on mute. So we are just talking about the latest, the Tchouaméni thing, and what's your take on that situation?
I'll be shocked if he's there next season.
Yeah, me too.
By the way, this happens in every football club, whether it's professional, whether it's amateur, or whether it's Sunday league. Human beings sometimes don't get on. Players fall out. This happens. Famous story, Roy Keane knocking Peter Schmeichel out in the hotel room, getting it on.
Yes.
Never went to a hospital.
They deny it, don't they? They deny that, don't they?
To be fair, Roy Keane tells it. I've seen Roy Keane tell it, yeah.
Roy Keane never. Have you seen the size of me? Keane never knocked me. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, he got knocked out. So listen, this happens. But apparently, the story goes from, I don't know if it was about Xavi Alonso. He said basically, Valverde said that I was never born to play right back. And Tchouaméni took a stance with that. Tchouaméni was mainly supported Xavi Alonso, apparently. So that's where the fallout was. Tchouaméni tried to apologize. Valverde didn't know. Then apparently he kicked off again, and then he just chinned it. And apparently he fell over some table or whatever. And now he's out of the game. He's out of the Clásico.
2 weeks. Well do, sure. Yeah, he's out for 2 weeks, isn't he? Although, to be fair, Barcelona need a point, don't they? I think, they're 11 points clear. I think they need a point. And
it's over. It's over. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy in a sense, but that means Tchouaméni most likely will not, because the hierarchy of Real Madrid rate Valverde more. They do. So I think on that one, Tchouaméni is going to be out. I'll be shocked if he's there next season.
They'll make a real example of him. I think they're going to have to keep Mbappé, but that's not going to go down well because for the cost element, isn't it? But that won't go down well. So.
Yeah. You read this report, Nuruddin. Today we had another disagreement during the argument I accidentally hit a table, causing a small cut on my forehead that required a routine visit to the hospital. At no point did my teammate hit me. I didn't hit him either. Maybe he kicked him or pushed him. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he kicked him.
But he didn't hit him. You know, that's
what does he say there? Feel my anger about what does that say?
I feel my anger about the situation, frustration at seeing some of us struggling to get through the end of the season. So we blamed it on the poor season Real Madrid has had, and this was
what happens in a club like Real Madrid. If they don't win a silverware, it all kicks off. And to be fair, we had that type of winners mentality at Old Trafford as well.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, some people think it shouldn't be. It should not be like that, but sometimes it's like that in a very competitive environments people are going to. Right, but apparently Valverde has got previous, as somebody saying here, I was reading, he offered the player Alex Pena apparently of Villarreal in a car park. So he's got previous. He's quite arrogant apparently. And when Tchouaméni tried to apologize to him, he didn't want to know. So yeah, they all kicked off. I actually think some of the blaming of Mbappé is a bit. Yeah, I think it's a thing that what we have with Bruno, positionally, he needs to stay in a certain position and not get in each of the players' way, because Mbappé doesn't want to stay central and doesn't want to play as a centre forward. He wants to come back. He wants to drop in the hole. He wants to go roam left, right, centre, roam anywhere where there's room and space. That's what he wants to do. I think he's more to play as a number 10 more than to play as a number 9. Remember when Rooney talked about it, he said the most unhappiest time at United is when he was forced to play centre-half by Fergie. And he didn't want to do it. He said he had to try to get his mind on to do it. But he says he was so bored, just running, making endless runs, dragging defenders here, being up there by himself. He hated it when he wanted a touch. Mbappé is that type of player. He wants to touch the football. If he doesn't see it, look at like Romario. Romario don't want to touch the ball, but you give him one chance, boom, on the back of the net. He wasn't asked to get the ball all the time.
Oh, that's your difference, you see. I was about to bring Romario up because I think he's a great example of a player who just, and same as Inzaghi, Mr. Born Offside Inzaghi. He weren't asked. If he weren't tapping the ball in the back of the fucking net, he weren't bothered about anything else during that game. He was there for one thing and one thing only: pass me that fucking ball, and it goes in the back of the net. Same with Romario. He would come deep a bit, but look, I've never been an Mbappé fan. Jarvis is right. You can't deny his quality as a footballer, but I just don't. I don't see him in the same bracket as R9. I don't see him in the same bracket as, Maradona. I don't see him in the same bracket as Romario, Rivaldo. Some of these greats. I don't see Mbappé ever reaching those heights. And I think Neymar had the same issue. Really good footballer, but there's an arrogance attached to Mbappé and Neymar that wound me up. The arrogance was attached to Ronaldo, R9. I just loved Ronaldinho. I just loved because they were just there for one thing and one thing only. That was their thing. So I don't know what you do with Mbappé. I don't know where he goes, to be honest. It wouldn't bother me if he ended up at Saudi Arabia. I think the money's coming out of Saudi Arabia anyway, isn't it, football? But it wouldn't bother me if he ended up there. Luckily we can't afford him and we'll never be able to afford him. So I can sleep easy on that one because it just wouldn't do it for me. Yeah, and I tell you what, I was going to say, sorry, Nuruddin, I was going to say also, Bellingham's running into the same problems. He's running down that same path of arrogance, and you've got to fucking stop it. And he's drilling out of him because if you look at Finney Jr., if you look at Mbappe, if you look at Bellingham, they just don't work. The three of them do not work. You'll never replicate. And I think we'll struggle to replicate a Ronaldo, Tevez and Rooney. You're never going to replicate the Bale, Ronaldo and Benzema. It just isn't going to fucking happen. It just won't happen.
And in midfield, they can't replicate Cruz, Casemiro, Modric either.
You just can't. It just never happened. That team
Re-
and what we had, you know, in our
The best to me was Hargreaves, Scholes, and Carrick.
yeah.
That was the that was the
You'll just never recreate that. So we always talk about Mavericks in football, don't we? We had a conversation me and Jarvis did about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Where is your next Maradona? Where is your next Rivaldo, R9, Ronaldinho?
Mm.
You know, where are they? Zidane, Pirlo, Del Piero. These players don't exist. They just don't exist anymore.
But especially the Brazilians, they're not allowed to develop in Brazil.
No.
As soon as they're like 16, they're headed out.
Yeah.
They can't develop. The Ronaldos, the Ronaldinhos, they were still in their late teens. They were still developing in Brazilian football. Now, because of the internet, you got people watching games. Literally, there are people who carry cameras, and watch what our sporting directors are in Europe watching the games.
It's true because I mean Ronaldo moved to PSV, didn't he? That was his move.
He moved to the Eredivisie, PSV.
Yeah, we were. He's the one that got away from me, by the way. 9.5 million fucking quid, and we couldn't get that deal closed. He's the one that got away from me, for me in terms of all the players that we were, you know, close to getting. He was the one. Not so much about Ronaldinho, but R9, wow, I mean, Jesus, I'm drooling now. Even thinking about him in the red of Manchester United. And so
he should never have gone to Italy. He should have come to England.
I agree, totally agree.
I'll come to sign for us.
Yeah, totally. It was so close.
Yeah, how close was it actually for those? I can't remember. I remember like.
Was very
Ronaldinho was really close. Ronaldinho,
really, yes, but R7.
Ronaldinho's brother gave his word. Ronaldinho's brother gave his word, and then the Nike. It was the Brazil Nike thing. Who also he was a guy who was a big Barcelona fan, and he worked for Nike, and he got the deal done.
Rumor has it Nike paid a good proportion of, because it was a lot of money at the time, wasn't it? 30 odd mil. It was a lot of money at the time. I think Nike gave him there was some deal done between. We were closer to Ronaldinho than landing Ronaldo, but we had I don't know whether I think our bid was accepted, or there was a definite bid on the table. It was about 9.5 mil. It
was Beckham. It was basically Beckham. It's on a Ronaldinho documentary. Actually, it's on Netflix right now. You should watch it, people. The Ronaldinho documentary is there. It was Beckham actually. Barcelona United wanted to sell Beckham to Barcelona, but they were like, "I'm gonna sign the director, the chairman now, who's there, who's at Barcelona. That was him winning the presidency, and it was to bring Beckham or Ronaldinho, and it was incredible.
It's the current president, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the current president. Yeah,
Laporta,
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Laporta,
Laporta,
I remember that. Yeah, he got
Perez. No, it's not Perez.
No, Perez is Real Madrid. Valentino Perez is Real Madrid.
He got elected on that basis of Beckham or Ronaldinho, didn't he? I'm sure he did. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Did you know something? I don't know whether Ronaldinho would have been as effective in the Premier League.
I think he would have been. R9 was phenomenal, but I think Ronaldinho would have entertained the hell out of us at Old Trafford.
Oh, he'd have entertained us. I mean,
I think that some of the stuff he would have done, he would have bought. Boy, oh boy, we would have still be talking about Ronaldinho at United. Honestly, I think he would have been phenomenal. But we got Ronaldo instead, didn't we? We signed Ronaldo as a kid. Was that similar years?
I
think we did. I think we
a couple of years later. It was based on. The Ronaldo one was obviously based on Ferdinand going fucking nuts, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ferdinand and everybody else. O'Shea, everybody laughing at O'Shea. They were all laughing at O'Shea.
Yeah,
they all laughed at O'Shea. Ronaldo megged him so many times.
Yeah, they went absolutely.
They literally went to Peter Kenyon. I think not Peter Kenyon. They went to Fergie, and I think whoever it was at that time, the chairman, and they were like, "We're not going back. We're not going back to Manchester."
No, without him, they signed him that night, but they didn't tell us, did they?
And guess what the original deal was? Well, we'll sign him now, and then we'll give it back to you for a season. And they were like, no chance. The players were like, this kid is ready now to play. I'll
Yeah.
never forget that, honestly. You know, the place is not that far from here where they used to have the medical, the little hospital. I just remember cycling down there and trying to get a glimpse of him. Yeah.
The Cantona deal was very similar, not that how it happened, but Pallister and Bruce, if you read, and listen to what they've got to say, they said they just couldn't get to grips with Cantona all game. Every time they played and couldn't get to grips with him. It's the hardest match they had. You've got to sign him.
I mean, think about it. Every time he played a full season, he won a big trophy.
And it never happens now. You don't hear players raving about players anymore. You don't hear it. You don't hear the, Owen Hargreaves will go down, unfortunately, through his injuries as one of our best but worst signings. And it's such a shame because he was a fucking brilliant footballer. He was.
The biggest things in a Ronaldinho documentary, they talk about the reason why Brazilians go to Spain, especially Barcelona, specifically Barcelona, is because how relaxed the culture is, but also the city has a beach.
Yes. No, that's true.
The city has a beach.
Yeah, that's true.
The city is quite warm, and the city has a beach, and it's a beautiful city to live to. Apparently, I mean, I've only visited, but it's a beautiful city, Barcelona. I'm not gonna lie, the Gothics.
I don't know if ever language was an issue for Ronaldinho. With the Portuguese-Spanish connection, probably a little bit easier.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Understand? Yeah.
I heard he couldn't bring his 6 wives with him at the time because of the UK laws. We wouldn't allow it. What did he do? Have 6 wives, 6 girlfriends, 6 mistresses?
It has to be like 10, 15 girlfriends.
He had them all, didn't he?
But also, he would have been mad because he loved to party. He was like Diego Maradona. Ronaldinho loved to go out dancing. He loved dancing. I don't think he was
fantastic.
He loved dancing. But apparently, Rijkaard always said, listen, you can go out once a week.
yeah, right. He's going whatever.
And then if you play really well, you're allowed 2 nights. I don't think even it was about him drinking. He just loved dancing. And in Paris, and that's the thing in the documentary, it's fascinating. He's going to all the nightclubs, like in Paris. He's known. He wants to party. Brazil, he's hanging around, with the DJs. He's on all the clubs. But Fergie literally had all of the clubs locked down, and he would just get them. I remember, Stu, I don't know if you remember, you ever went on a night out in Manchester? It was 2 places.
Times.
2 places. There was a Royals, Disco Royals, and the other one was called Piccadilly 21s. Right.
A few times. Yeah.
And basically, I remember one time I was fucking so angry. Remember in 96? Was it 95, 96 season when we lost the lead and we lost the double, actually. Paul Rideout. We lost the FA Cup final and we lost the...
It had to be 95.
Yeah, 95.
Because we won 96 by the lowest tally ever.
Like unfortunately, a structure lad, Paul Rideout. Okay.
Yeah, and guess what? I saw Beckham in that party in Piccadilly 21s. I was fucking angry. I was like, how could I was fucking heartbroken. Like, I was so, even though I was on a night out, I'm still thinking about the game and they were on a night out. But they used to go because we knew Brown in it. I knew West Brown as a kid. You know what I mean? It's not that far from where the area where I grew up. We grew up in Longside. I grew up in Mosside, and we used to play around in Longside. And he would always be so we'd be Nicky Bot, Skulls, little short ass. I only ever saw Gary Neville with them once, but mainly it was Bot, Skulls, Beck, Brown, and a couple of others who would be on a night out. And they would just be like, just like us, just dancing, drinking, and whatever, you know what I mean? And I mean, I never drank, but I was just more of a dancer, but they would just be there. And that accessibility is unheard of right now. It is unheard of.
Yeah,
like lads go on a night out, and Manchester United footballers are just there.
Yeah, not anymore.
Different times, and we have heard the stories of Robson and all of them.
Oh my God, I told you.
Late 80s, beginning of 90s, yeah.
Well, in the 90s, in 2000s, I literally picked up Brian Robson off the ground and put him in a black cab.
Fantastic.
Literally, I found him outside a club called a pub called Yates. I just finished work because I used to work on the doors.
Yates' wine bars.
Yeah.
Mate,
and as I was walking to meet some friends, some of my friends were in that and they were at a McDonald's. So I just was walking down Partner Street and I see this man on the floor and I just go over and the closer I get, I'm like, I recognize him. I'm like, it's Brian fucking Robson. But it was so funny. I was like, Brian, have you got any money to pay the cab? Because the cab driver was like, listen, he's got to fucking pay. He can't even keep his eye open. So I literally had to pick him up. Why not the book? But I said, listen, this is a Manchester United fucking legend captain, Brian Robson. And the cab driver was a United fan. It's like, yeah, he is. I'm a big United fan. He's a hero, man. But he better fucking pay me. And I'm like, where do you live? And then he told, I won't say it, but he knew where the area where he lives. And then he said to me, I was like, have you got money? And then he pointed to that. And I had to get the money out of it inside of his and give it to the driver.
Help him out.
Can you imagine that now? It'd be like a quick snap, right? Quick selfie with him, passed out. Get him in the cab, quick. Oh, fuck, it'll be all over social media.
Honestly, I also seen like Wayne Rooney in absolute bits. And somebody was about to take photos on the old Nokia. And I grabbed the phone. And I was like, listen, mate, you're not selling this to the effing Sun.
They would. Yeah, they would do.
I was like, and then I was like, Wayne Rooney and all that. Next minute in the papers, I was like, nah, we need Rooney. It was so funny. It was so funny. She was his girlfriend then, his wife now. She was like, come on, Wayne. And he's just absolutely gone. And we're like, yeah, listen, come on. And then the car pulled up. We were like, get in the car. I was like, no, we're not having that one. You're not selling that story to the Sun. Seriously, this lad was going up to him to try to take a photo of him, and I grabbed the phone. I was like,
we need you for the league, Wayne.
Yeah. I was like, nah, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. Yeah. Ryan Giggs, I used to go to the club as well. My friend used to DJ. Yeah, actually, next time he's on, you can ask him, Jarvis. Ryan Giggs, Irfan used to play at this club, and some of the footballers used to go there. All of them. And especially Ryan Giggs was a regular. Irfan can tell you quite a bit of stories. I used to go there after work. I used to work in one of the wine bars, then finish, then get changed, and then go out to the club. Irfan played good music. But for a couple of years, like 3, 4, or 5 years, he used to play, and Giggs would be there all the time. And all these other footballers will be there. All these other footballers. Yeah. City footballers, they'll all be there.
Nice.
Good old City. Good old
But that was different times. And, you guys lived in the Manchester area in the 90s. Would you say that Manchester United was an international club at that time, or was it more locals going to Old Trafford and not as many tourists at that time as now?
No. Oh, fuck no. You get... we've been an international club for decades before the 90s.
Okay.
You win the European Cup, which we did. It just elevated you to a completely different level. That's why Celtic are so popular now, so big, so well known in Europe because of that. I mean, we were playing Benfica, and they at that time had they had one of the best strikers on the planet, didn't they? Eusebio, best players on the planet. We were playing against these teams regular. And so, there's always been, even since I've been going since the 70s, there's always been a popularity of Manchester United. And we were always going to be the biggest team in England, the most fancied team in England. It was always, and the explosion that happened really is the way that football's gone. So when Manchester United were winning the title in the 90s and the 2000s, football, Manchester United exploded again because we pioneered a way of making money within the game, driving revenue to the club. And so, if people say we got 1 billion followers around the world, it's probably more. It really is. It's probably way more than that. Because they've always supported United, always.
The original party time player who put certain clubs on the map, and one of my neighbours, he's 77. He keeps telling me about it. It's Georgie Best. Yeah. Georgie Best made a good night out in Manchester. There was 2 clubs in Manchester that they used to go.
But Bobby Charlton, when people talk about the Holy Trinity, they did so much more for the club than play for the club. They were absolute, legends. I mean, I heard Ben talk about Callum Best last night. The guy's a fucking poser. Knows fuck all about football. If you know Callum Best, and I know Nuruddin does, you'll know his level of expert football knowledge is minute at best, because he even speaks with an American accent. I should tell you everything you need to know, but fair play to him. He got off and he made his name in the I don't know, the influence. What was it? What was the influence?
Yeah, he became like
he was an it's man, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Before he
going out clubs, clubs.
He was an it man.
Going out with models.
Yeah, what's her name? The it girl, whoever the it girl was, he was going out with her and all this stuff. Yeah, whoever it may be, I can't remember her name, but Paris Hilton, she was an it girl, wasn't she? She'd be seen with people of her stature, and he'd be going around and be getting pissed up on the best name, and you don't see him now, but he used to be in the papers all the time, didn't he, Nuruddin? Front page of the Sun, best staggers out of this club, and all of that kind of stuff. And he may have, sobered up and cheered up and become a family man. And, the name was, I think, probably more important to him now than what it ever was. But, a bit of a post.
You might know this, Jarvis. Has there been any other club in Europe where you've had the 3 Ballon d'Or as your 3 players up front?
No, because Bale never won it, did
Bale, Benzema, Ronaldo. No.
Bale never won it, did he?
No, but at the same club. In the same club.
Yeah. Oh, in the same club.
Yeah, Charlton, Best.
Yeah. Law, yeah.
I think that's a unique. We're the only football club to have.
I think we are. Well, actually, we must be, because when you think about it, the last English person to win.
Was
Michael
Owen.
Michael Owen.
That wasn't a world player, though. That was the European.
No, it was European, but it's classed as a Ballon d'Or now, isn't it? Because it all. But yeah, he was the last.
It used to be different. It used to be different. He used to have the World Player of the Year, European Player of the Year,
European Year and World Player. But then it came into the Ballon d'Or, whatever it is. So.
There's a guy called George Weah. He won the African Player of the Year.
George Weah, that's right.
AC Milan.
European Player of the Year.
Yeah. World Player of the Year. I remember that. He's the only one, isn't he?
He's the only one, yeah.
Yeah.
But Manchester United are the only football club who had 3 of their attackers Ballon d'Or winners.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. All of them, best one, Ballon d'Or. Dennis Law did. Dennis Law, in modern day football, I try to explain, because I watched tapes and tapes. He was so horrific. Left foot, right foot, headering ability. And we're talking about where people used to chop you up, like literally used to chop you up and down. That was the thing. That was the most uniquest thing about him. Like how much you loved. I met him so many times. Like such a beautiful, like humble, so accessible to talk to. Very cheeky sense of humor. Like I remember I stood next to him outside Old Trafford as he's getting in. I'm like, and he just looked at me and went, "Oh," he said to me, "What's the weather like up there?"
Yeah, I bet he did. Do you know what? You're right about Dennis Law, but he was unfortunate, and I always think it's very similar to Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. He was up against Jimmy Greaves, wasn't he? The most prolific English striker. Hardly anybody talks about it. He was prolific, and he was playing at the same time.
I was old enough. It's due to watch Saints and Greavesy on.
St. Greavesy, I was about to say that was my next. And St. John was a good finisher himself, but Greavesy, fuck me, he was a fucking fine finisher. Fine finisher, Jimmy Greaves.
Yeah. Guys, I love talking and listening to old stories, but we have a show to make.
Sorry.
In my notes,
There we go.
We are still at the first the first topic. So the next topic is basically about Tchouaméni, and there were some reports coming out today, after this incident. So I just want to ask you guys and have a small debate. Manchester United have made a formal approach on the player's side of Tchouaméni. It's according to Ben Jacobs and the United Stan. I saw he was doing a show with Beth today, midday. So again, is this a player we should go for? After this incident, do we have the right mentality? Is he on his way out? Could we get the bargain price? There's so many questions after what happened now. So, the floor is yours. You want to go first?
I said when we were linked with him, I wouldn't take him, and I stand by that anyway, irrespective of what we've seen. I stand by that. No doubt he's talented. He's had the odd injury, which we know. I'm not saying he's made of glass, because if you believe what you've read, he clearly isn't. But I don't think he's quite right for Manchester United anyway. I stand by my pick for midfield, or my picks for midfielder, and that is Stack and Baleba and probably Fernandes. That's my three that I would go for. I didn't, you've seen an Anderson today. Okay, that was completely different to last week because he was shut down completely. I had no input in that game whatsoever tonight because Villa made sure he wasn't going to, and you are seeing certain elements of, and Anderson's going to City anyway. I think we all know that. Okay. So for me, I want balance. Baleba gives us balance with his left peg. Fernandes, we know, is a box-to-box brilliant footballer. Can defend. And Anton Stack, I think, has been probably the unsung hero of the Premier League in midfield this year. I think he's a fucking brilliant player, absolutely brilliant player. And I think those three give us balance. Add Mainu in. I think we've got a nice quartet there. So those would be the three I would go for.
The only problem is we haven't been linked to Anton Stack once. Maybe last summer before he came to Leeds, he came from the Bundesliga. I can't remember which club he came from, but I know Hausen did a breakdown on Anton Stack, by the way, and talked highly about him. So, but thing goes to Northern. Are you pleased if he signed? Would you be pleased if he signed Tchouaméni from Real Madrid? Let's say bargain price 65-70 million pounds, 250k a week. It's reasonable.
He's 26 as we speak now, and I've done a little bit of research, Jarvis.
Okay,
I can just share it with you. In terms of, he is not a ball player, deep lining playmaker. No. He is a number 6. He's actually really good. And from everything that I've read a couple of threads and stuff, and he is very good in the air. But one thing he's not, he doesn't commit a lot. He does the minimum of things. He doesn't commit a lot, like the 50-50s. He jumps out of 50-50s. He's the kind of guy who's very, there's certain players here, like for example, Fernandinho was amazing at this. There are certain players, because the way they nick the ball, they don't actually commit fouls that much, and they don't get booked. He's the opposite. I tell you,
no, they just run along with the attacker and just cuts him off in a way.
I tell you who is a yellow card magnet. He's a yellow card magnet. Joel Gomez. Joel Gomez is one of the most booked midfielders in the Premier League.
Yeah, he is.
So for me, I would go Premier League. I would go and get from the Premier League. I wouldn't take a risk. A player coming from another Spain to try to adapt to the Premier League. We need players who are already that robustness about them. But one thing I would say, he can fit in. He's strength that he's good in the air. That's what you need. He's strong. That's another key element of it. Physically, he's quite good. Defensively, he's good. He can play in a double pivot or a lone 6. His positioning and blocking is really good. His set pieces are decent. But I just think, for me, I don't want any adaptation time. I need somebody who doesn't need any adaptation time.
Yeah.
And I'd rather go and get Tonali.
Okay. Yeah.
I that's just me. Because some people
like Tonali.
They want
I like
experience
Tonali.
in the Champions League.
Yeah, I like Tonali. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
But
that's
that combination that you talked about, I actually personally, the one who I rate one of the most, I actually think the guy who's ahead of Fernandes is Alex Scott for me. I really rate Alex Scott. I really. Today he went off in a mandem, Jarvis. He went off. I couldn't. They're telling me about Areola and Carrick, and I had to fucking give it them. I had to just. He went off. I love my brothers, but he went off today.
I need to go back and watch that. Yeah.
Michael Carrick, and they're telling me it's about the results, and I'm like, football is not just about results. It's not. When you are Manchester United, you have a responsibility to entertain. I try to explain to them the closest guy I've seen a coach in the Premier League who it fits exactly the way Manchester United DNA is Areola. No other coach comes close in the Premier League. Not tiki-taka. We're not a tiki-taka football club. We're not none of this. We are front foot, bam, football. And he's the closest guy, but these vultures, to get in, we need to change all of the fitness, all of the kind of rehab, all that stuff. We're not going to do it. But Tchouaméni, coming back to Tchouaméni, I don't want to go outside. The only guy I would go outside for is the kid at Rennes, Sangaré. Because that's a potential as a number 3. And that's who I'd go, because some of the stuff he's doing is off the charts. He's a left footer, Stu.
That's what I like. Yeah, we do need that bit of balance. Yeah, I do like Sangaré, but I'm kind of leaning with you on this anyway. I said it before. Said it in the summer. We must go local. We must buy Premier League. We need players that, as well as I do, Nuruddin, 6 games will define the league right now. It's happened before and it's happened again. We've been off the pace after 6 games, and we're not closing that gap, and we won't do it again. It'll be even closer next season. 6, 7, 8 games, and that's your limit. If you're not in the ballpark within that period, then you're not going to do it. And when you look at where we are today, what are we, 11 points, 12 points behind Arsenal? There's your difference. 4 games. 4 games. And we didn't start well enough. And so we've got to start well. The first 7 or 8 games will be critical. So you need players that are going to come in and perform immediately.
100%. I just want to say,
people are sleeping on Alex Scott. I really cannot stress this enough. I watch Bournemouth because they're they play the football that aligns with me the most. They play front foot, risk averse football. They go forward. They play through the lines. And what he's showing this season for me is like, boy. What I love is he's upright. He's so upright. He has that kind of that chest out Cantona type of thing. That place was just upright. His running ability. Boy, oh boy. Very comfortable on the ball. Can take it in tight situations. Can also pass the ball forward. Can also recoveries are amazing. I personally think if we cannot get Elliot Anderson, I would get Alex Scott.
The interesting thing about Alex Scott is I quite like Alex Scott, and I think he's going to miss out on the England squad for the America. I mean, he was playing; he was a regular for England, but I think he's going to miss out. I think he's going to get pushed out by Bellingham and Mainoo. I think Mainoo's going to go.
Yeah. I mean, he played for the under-21s. I think he's one of the better players for England under-21s. But I would get him, and he would come in straight away for me. I would look at it, and I think it'll cost us 45 to 50 million.
I can't see Bournemouth letting him go. That's the only thing on that one for me. Depending on the way Bournemouth finish.
They're a selling club, honestly, Stu. They're more of a selling club than Brighton.
No, I know. I do like him. I do like him. I do like him. I've got no problem.
I actually, honestly, no word of a lie. I'm not a lie to. Even though I like Tonali, if it was Tonali, Alex Scott, I would take Alex Scott. And that's saying something. Maybe I'm overrating him. Maybe because I watch Bournemouth regularly.
I think you're overrating him. No,
honestly, I'm overrating him, but I really like his development and just the running. You know, that running, like
the energy he brings. Yeah.
It reminds me, like, honestly, like what Declan Rice was a couple of years ago, and now the players turned into. The way his ball carrying ability is unbelievable. He carries the ball. He's so confident, and he's the type of lad. And you know that, Jarvis and Sue, Minna told me this, that he's the half brother of our women's captain, Laetitia.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Well,
Where's he? Scott? Is he born in?
He's born in a little island of England.
Okay.
He's Jersey or Guernsey.
Oh, Jersey. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we need to get him a.
That's what Matt Laetitia is from, isn't it? That's where he's from, isn't it, Matt Laetitia?
Yeah, so Lasso as well. Both Laetitia and Lasso are from Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, Guernsey. They're from Guernsey.
Okay, Guernsey.
Well, yeah, it's Jersey or Guernsey. Yeah, they're from Guernsey.
Yeah. Guernsey. Yeah.
Okay. I was just going to say, when it comes to Sangaré, he's one hell of a player, and I've shown you this before, but the more I look at it, the more impressed I get. He's only 23 years of age. He only played one season in France. He came from Rapid Vienna in Austria last season, and we talked about him last summer, us signing him, and his transfer value is only 11.2 million euros. So
the most they will take 20 million now. He's worth because of the season he's worth 25 to 30 million now.
Yeah, let's say they treble his transfer value, so 30 million euros. It's nothing. And when you look at his stats here, his rating, it's 7.69 this season, and he's the #1 rated player in the French league this season. He's better than Vitinha, Kvaratskhelia, all of them. He's the highest rated player in the French league, and he's a bargain player, maybe 30 million euros. Yeah. I can't understand why we sleep on a deal like this.
I said that to the man them today. They were all like, "What?" They were looking at me funny.
Well, it's because they have an RC Lens. They are a small club in France. They have Lyon, Marseille, Monaco, PSG, the 4 big clubs in France, always, fighting for the titles. And now RC Lens, I think they're only like 4 to 6 points behind PSG this season. And that's incredible.
And they were leading the league for quite a long time. They were #1.
Yes.
There's no way he's outperforming Vitinha. I'm not having that.
He is. No, he is by far.
I don't buy that. I'm sorry. If you've seen Vitinha play, no way, and you have.
Okay, let's check player stats for League this season. Top scorer, assist, goals, assist, football rating. So here we are. #1, Mamadou Sangaré. #2, Vitinha. So Mamadou Sangaré has an average of this season in 7.69.
Well, based on what? We could give him a 5.
No, based on the ratings. Based on the ratings.
Yeah, but this is the problem with ratings and stats, isn't it? They don't tell a picture of a game. There's no way.
Oh, yeah. You can go down that path, but if you're going to use stats as a metric.
But Stu, I understand what you're saying, because stats without the context sometimes can be misleading, right?
They can. I'm just saying, there's no way. No way is more valuable than Vitinha.
Yeah, to be able to be put up there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is impressive, but there's no way he's more valuable to the French league than Vitinha. No chance.
No, I'm not saying it's more valuable. I'm just saying, going by stats, this is super impressive. Most of people haven't heard about his name, Mamadou Sangaré. Who?
No, but my point is, this is what their stats are saying. That he's the most valuable player, playing for not money-wise, but player-wise. I'm not having that over Vitinha. Carrick Scaly, absolutely. Kvaratskhelia has been pretty average.
Kvaratskhelia, I think, is ranked. I have to go quite.
That's what I mean. Yeah, he's been average.
He's #18.
Yeah,
7.32.
But he's ripping it up in the Champions League. He's been average at best in the French league. So Vitinha, different planet for me. Completely different planet.
United till I die say sorry, but stats trumps feelings in most cases.
No, they don't. Where's the evidence of that? There's no evidence whatsoever that stats trump feelings. No evidence whatsoever. I bet you McGinn's stats, okay, are quite low down or medium in the Premier League, but he's absolutely vital to Villa.
Well, again, it's another debate. I'm just trying to say that Sangaré is quite a player. So 2,200 minutes, 28 games, and a average of 7.76. That's amazing. I don't know what's Bruno's average rating is this season, but
it's
Bruno level.
Here's the point. Here's a good point.
I'm hearing that. I saw it on some threads on X, and I forgot where it was. But if Brighton sell Baleba, they're getting Mamadou Sagana. He's the next guy on their list, apparently, for Brighton. Replace Baleba.
I don't know, but I mean, again, if he's valued, where the foot mob get his value at 11.1 million euros?
But these, they just work off a lower, a lot of the times. But obviously, the clubs demand a higher ceiling of flat because it's his first season.
I get that. But if you look at that, if you're looking at what foot mob are telling you on one point, and then what they're valuing him at another, it doesn't add up. Not from an economic point of view or a marketing strategy at all. It just doesn't add up. Not in terms of
valuation of a player. It's so many factors. It's you have salary, you have contract length, you have how many seasons have you performed? Are you an international? Do you where are you from? Is African, comes from Mali. Is not Brazilian. It would probably be more valued if he was from Brazil, for example. So there are so many factors playing into this and how they rate it. So that's why there are still possibilities to get them gems into this. And we have a limited transfer budget. So again, I think we should try to go for a player like this. I wouldn't hesitate. And if I was Man United, I would go right in 1st of June when the window opens or when it opens and just bang on £30 million. Here you go. Give us Sangaré. Problem solved. And then we have a lot of money. We have 120 million left in the midfield budget to go for 2 big signings, and I think we would be set.
30, would you? If he's rated higher than Vitinha, you ain't getting.
Well, it depends if there's a bidding war or not. If it goes under the radar.
No. If he's rated, and this is what annoys me about football. But if he's rated higher than Vitinha, you're not slapping in 30 million quid because what's Vitinha worth? What's a foot mob say Vitinha's worth?
I wouldn't know. Someone in the chat can check it out. I
reckon it's a 70, 80 million. Got to be. Has to be.
Yeah.
And that's why it doesn't stack for me. It's the only reason.
My argument is if you look at it...
Vitinha is rated at 117 million euros.
Yeah. So 100 million pounds.
So about 100 mil, yeah.
So 117 million pounds, yeah.
So for a player of equal ability, according to FootMob, equal ability.
It's actually, Vitinha is rated at 100 million. Sorry, 100 million.
So FootMob is saying that for equal ability, then we're going to get him for. Sorry, he's worth 11 million euros. I can't get my head around that.
But he's worth. Listen, but Vitinha is 26 years old. This kid is only a kid. His first breakout season.
No, I get that.
That's the reason why he's worth as much. This is his first proper top flight, professional kind of season.
I do get that, but that's kind of always my argument with stats. You see, it's always a bit. I don't see.
Sene Lammens was the highest rated goalkeeper by stats before we brought him in. The highest clean sheets, highest save percentage, all of this before we brought him in, and we made a bargain. You can do deals like this. No one had heard of Sene Lammens before we were linked to him.
Yeah, I'm not saying
again,
that's about it, but I think when you look at, say, the goalkeeper, it's a bit more of a specialist position, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
okay.
you just look at the way that Vitinha has been. I just don't buy that score. That's all I'm saying. I just don't buy that score. But if he comes and we get him for 40 million quid and he proves me wrong, all laugh at me. I don't care. I'd rather be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Than be proven right. 100%. I'd rather be proven wrong. And I do like diamonds in the rough. I always have done. I think there's some brilliant players out there that people say, "Oh, well, what are you fucking going for him for?" I don't think Sangaré doesn't fit that for me. I just when I see someone that says he's outperformed Vitinha, I just can't. I just can't.
But we talked about Sangaré last summer, Stu.
We did.
We talked about him. We did a breakdown. I said we should try to sign him right now. Rapid Vienna. We could get him on the cheap, 15 million euros or something stupid like that. Yeah. And now we have the proof. One big season in France, and people got to remember, signing players from France and Spain is not as difficult as signing players from Serie A in Italy and the Bundesliga. The success rate of players, they are so much more adaptable to the Premier League
because of
the physicality.
Especially midfielders. The midfielders transfer over quickly from
it'll be interesting to see.
The Premier League.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
The actual physicality and sometimes the pace of Liga A is similar to the Premier League.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the summer with him. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Brighton, like I said to you, heard it through the grapevine. Brighton.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Brighton will sign him, and we will sign Baleba for £70 million. So
he's only worth about 15 now, isn't he?
He will be in the next Caicedo. So the next 100 million sell from Brighton. Yeah. So Sangaré, he's a DM. Number 6. That's according to the stats. Let me bring it up so you see his positioning. So you see he's versatile. He can play as a DM, CM, right midfielder, and right winger. He's left-footed, but primary defensive midfielder. And you talked about Nuruddin dribbled past. If you go to the stats, let's see, dribbled past. Yeah. So he's on 2.7. So, yeah, it's probably
phenomenal. But the biggest thing about him is his vision. Honestly, you would fall in love with this player. The vision outside of the boot, the way he opens the picture, finds the fullback, bang. He's got the diag, he's got the switcher play. Honestly, Stu, he can open his body up on the left-hand side, bang. He can turn his body to this side, bang. He's so left-footed. It's unbelievable, honestly. You would fall in love with him. Even though you're not a big stat guy, if you saw him play, you would fall in love.
That's where I look at it. That's where I judge everything by play. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think we need a left foot for balance in the middle of the park. I do.
100%. We do.
Need a left footer.
I remember when Danny Blin played for us. He looked so much better with his left foot. He gave us more angles.
Yes.
The other player we have been linked to, ending the Tchouaméni debate is Matheus Fernandes. And we have seen this link coming up time after time. Manchester United have been in talks with the player's side of Matheus Fernandes for 4 to 6 weeks now. And the player is open to joining Man United. If West Ham stays in the Premier League, the deal will most likely be off. We talked about this. At least without significantly overpaying, because they will fight to keep him. So this is, I think this is also an interesting signing. And I rate Matheus Fernandes. He's like an all-in action type of player. He's not afraid of the ball. He likes to receive the ball. He likes to do things. It's kind of what used to call a proper Man United player, a guy who doesn't hide.
Yeah, he works for me. I like him. I must admit, I do like him. I didn't notice him really until the last eight games, and I think he's been absolutely brilliant for West Ham. Ultimately,
What is it about? Okay, talk to me. I've not watched him as much as you guys. Tell me about him. What is his attribute? What is his key attributes, Stu?
Matheus Fernandes.
Yeah, go for it, pal.
No, I haven't seen. I've seen more West Ham games this season than I would say any other team besides Man United. And I think he's not afraid. He's always trying to receive the ball, and he finds angles. He has an engine and a half. He likes to run a lot and be involved. He's almost like Bruno. He runs all over the place. So maybe not your type of player, but I need to say he's
run
a
with
midfielder.
Purpose. I like players who run with purpose.
He almost like he gets attracted to the ball, so he comes close and wants the ball and then wants to do stuff with it. He's not hand grenading, bombing the opposition 18-yard box. He's more disciplined.
Can he
on
hold
the
his
ball.
position? Is he good at position?
His positional play is very good. His ball play is very good. He's got a good short game and a decent long game. Not a good long game, a decent long game.
Alex Scott, by the way, Alex Scott's got both. Alex Scott has both.
But Jarvis is right. He's very, very athletic, great box to box, but his penetration runs aren't aggressive, so he's more calculated when he's got the ball.
So you're basically describing similar attributes to Alex Scott.
Yeah.
I think Alex Scott's slightly better for me personally.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think his long game's as good as Alex Scott's. And I'll agree.
Alex Scott, honestly, I'm telling you, you're sleeping, people. You're sleeping on Alex Scott. You're sleeping on this guy, honestly. If his name was Alex Scott Nandes, everybody would
Coutinho.
No. To be fair,
he's not sound sexy, does he?
Yeah, to be fair, Jarvis brought him up just after Christmas, January time, and he mentioned Alex Scott about potential for us, and he spoke highly. And my only criticism of Alex Scott and Fernandes is they've got to add goals.
Yeah,
that's
Alex Scott's trying to be fair. Alex Scott is forward ball.
They just need to add goals. If they can add goals to their overall approach play, we'll go with their approach play and their positional play. Brilliant.
Guess who's got goals? Sangaré's got goals.
Yeah.
Got one on the left foot.
There's the Eskimo back out again.
He can bang them. He's a banger. Let it fly.
The Eskimo is back. I'm not denying. All I'm saying is, for me,
I've watched a couple of Lens games, this season.
Yeah.
I watched them couple of games. Woo.
No, I've heard a lot of people talk about him. I have. My lad talks about him. He's seen him a few times. Yeah, he talks about him. Yeah. And but if we could get him, Nuruddin, Jarvis, and we could get our first three, i.e., an Alex Scott, a Belabor, and a Fernandes, or a stack, an Alex Scott and a Fernandes, or whatever, and we could pick this kid up for FootMob's value of him, then sure, why not?
Yeah,
you would do that deal, I agree.
So this is a comparison by Matheus Fernandes on the left and Alex Scott on the right. So Matheus Fernandes, 21 years of age, 22 on Alex Scott. Same height, 1 meter, 78 centimeters. That's 6 foot maybe, or is it 5'8"? 5 foot. 5'9". Yeah. Market value 34 million, 43 million. So average sofa score rating 7.17 and 7.06. So it's quite close. And they're very similar.
It's the same heat map. Here's the thing then, gentlemen. Here's the thing. Similar in age, pretty much bang on in terms of scores, and yet £10 million worth of difference.
The English tax.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. But with an identical heat map. Now, how often do you see that?
Yeah, but you see they like to be involved. They cover a lot of ground. And
my money's
they
on my
are
boy,
the
Alex.
all-out action.
To be honest, Nuruddin, I was just about to say, it backs up your goal scoring attempts.
And look at this, three goals both. 3 goals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They need to add goals to the game,
Yeah, both of them. So an assist. Matheus Fernandes has 3 assists. Alex Scott 1 this season. But they basically, yeah. I don't know who's the better of them.
Defensively, interceptions. Let me just see.
Where defense? Yeah, here interceptions. Yeah.
Oh, they're level. They're level.
It's dribble past 0.6, so he's better.
Fernandes. Yeah, we know he's a better ball player. Yeah.
Clearances, block shots.
There you go. There you go, Nuruddin. He's back to 2.1. And what's that? Block shots 0.4 as a 0.3.
Let me try to enhance it a little bit. Maybe it's easier for you guys to see. So, okay, let's go. Passes 3 to 1, assists, XG, yeah, it's the same. Long balls, more long balls from Matheus Fernandes. 3.
I don't think his long game's that good, so that surprised me. That has.
Well,
you have an 62.4% success rate.
You see, Nuruddin, that doesn't add up, does it, with Alex Scott?
No. Alex Scott is honestly on the eye anyway. I just see him the ball bam into space, into people's hands. Yeah.
So this is where we were: interceptions, tackles. Matheus Fernandes puts in more tackles, 2.8 against 1.6. The same clearances. Alex Scott is better, 2.1 against 0.9. So he's mainly defending deeper, I would say, and clears the ball when needed. Dribbles, the same, 0.8. Ground duels, 1. 56.3 on Matheus Fernandes and 56.2. So they are the same type of player from a statistic point of view. Yeah, and cards, 7 yellow cards, 4 yellow cards.
Aerial duels?
Aerial duels. Let's see. Ground
I don't
duels.
think they're not that good, are they? 0.5 and 1, I think.
If you go up, go down, Jarvis. It's down.
It was one for Scott and a 0.5. I think they're not great. They're not aerial players, are they?
Yeah, I didn't say
going
anything
down,
about aerial duels.
down.
There you have aerial duels 1. So 1 per game and 0.5 per game. So Alex Scott is a little bit better winning those aerial duels. Yeah.
Do you know the funny bit about that, Jarvis? If Alex Scott is up against a smaller player, he's got more chance of winning a header, as opposed to, that's how close that stat would be.
Yeah. So it's hard to put them apart, I would say.
So we are always saying then we wouldn't have both. It'd be one or the other.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
they're the same player.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I bet on my boy. I watched him more. I can't really say I've watched Fernandes as more, even though I've liked him. I remember him. I actually remember him at Southampton going, "Ooh, who's this player?" You know what I mean? For Southampton, I was like, "Ooh, who's this player?" From when before they went down. That's that season.
Great.
Wage-wise, Alex Scott is on 40k a week.
That's nothing.
Matheus Fernandes
double
wages.
that. You're happy with a double that, wouldn't he?
75, yeah.
Matheus Fernandes is on 60k a week.
Yeah, because he just had a transfer, in it, 40 million or whatever they're signing for from Southampton.
And now he knows that's the funny part, because you got a 10 million valuation on extra on Scott. And it's weird, isn't it? It's all finances. Grace is coming with a super chat, old friend, and she says, another one. You're going to give her the glasses. Give us some music.
Give us some music. Okay, let's see if we can do some music.
Let's get some shades out for her.
What do I have here? I don't have anything. We can do this.
4 pairs of eyes.
Super chat. Energetic. Yeah, we can do this one.
Gracie.
Glasses?
Yeah. Well, I'm still looking for mine. We had the post delivered today, and guess what wasn't in there? Yes, look at those beauties. Look at those beauties. Grace says both competition for Menu. We need 2 CDMs also. Yeah, very good point. I think Alex got,
midfielders, me personally.
Yeah, so do I. I think Alex got a couple players of 6. I think he's got the attributes to play as a 6, a ball playing 6, that is. But I do agree. I think they're better suited in Menu's position. So we would need 2 CDMs, 100%.
Yeah, we need competition for Menu, 100%.
Anton Stack would fit in there beautifully for us. He would.
The set piece guy. Specialist.
Yeah. Sangaré would fit in there beautiful for you guys.
Yes. So we could go for Sangaré, Alex Scott, and
how old is the Stack? How old is he? Is he late 20s?
24 or 25.
24, 25. He's mid-20s, I think.
To be fair, every player we've signed from Leeds has done well.
Oh, he's a good player.
Oh, he's 27. He's 27.
I'll take him.
So I'd still take him. I'd take him at that. Yeah.
Coming to his prime, and apparently he's deadly set piece guy. Isn't he?
He's amazing. He's a brilliant player. He's had a brilliant season, stellar season.
He's 6'4" something, isn't he?
Oh, he's a great player.
He's 1 meter.
Goal scorer as well.
192. So he's 6'2". He's 6'2".
Goal scorer as well. 5 goals.
Yeah, 5 goals, 3 assists. In the Leeds team that struggle with scoring goals. So again, I think that's amazing numbers.
What's his stats on FB? Jarvis.
Say again.
What's his stats of Fat Mob?
Oh, we can go back and check.
Look at that, playing with a broken finger as well. That's how you do it. No pissing about it.
Hey, skulls it. Watch yourself.
What was he?
Anton Stark. Anton ST.
Skulls, watch your little batty.
Oh, anyway.
So he's a little bit older. So again, maybe that's why we haven't heard any links with him. 27 years of age, transfer value 20.1 million euros. Contract ends 2029. He's primary as central midfielder, not a DM, but he can play as a defensive midfielder. Player traits, chances created, aerial duels, goals and shot attempts, and defensive contributions. He's only in the 48th percentile when it comes to touches. And his rating so far this season is 7.35. That's high. Yeah. And he played 27 matches, 2,214 minutes. So, it's quite impressive. So, again, we should be on the board of scouting for Man United.
I'm telling you now, us 3 will sign players better than these clowns.
Sangaré, Scott, and Anton Stach. And we would be fine. We would be set.
I'd still buy Belabor.
Still?
I would, yeah. Still got no problem with getting Belabor in. I
think it's too expensive. It's not worth more than 50. That's the problem. That's my problem with Baleba. Yeah. I think it's a hard bargain with Brighton. I think they are talking about 70 to 80 million. I think it's much.
Yeah, I think if we're getting for 50 million, brilliant. But I want a left footer in there, and I think he offers his balance.
Yeah.
But Stark, there's no way where you're getting him for 20.1 with the 2029 contract.
2021. Yeah.
Say 20 million euro. Come on.
Big up Tyrone for retweeting on X. I know it's getting late, guys. We are not going to stay too late. I just want to show you the new away jersey.
Please remind me next time to tweet the show, Jarvis. I beg you. I forgot. I'm so tired.
Yeah, that's okay. That's no worries, Nordin. Let's just check out the latest. This one. I don't know if you saw the new away kit, the blue one.
Yes.
So. Man United's 2026-27 away kit leaked online. So, from a fashion point of view, Stu, is this down your alley?
Well, look, when I saw it, I was drooling because this is my era. This is when I felt kits were proper. They were simple, lovely in design, and I absolutely, it's one of my favorite kits. One of the lads who plays on a Wednesday in our 7-a-side league, he wears the original one of it, and I'm jealous all the time. So I absolutely adore that kit. I also like the white one, white with the blue. Not keen on the home kit too much, really. There was a rumor, actually, wasn't there, that we might be. I mean, back in the day, by the way, back in the 80s and the 90s, we would always play our final, and Nura don't know this. We always used to play our final home game in next season's kit. So we would the final home game would always be the following season's kit. But I'm told, or I've read that we might be playing the final 2 home games. I think we got 2 home games left, have we? Or we got 1?
2.
We might be using
Forest and Brighton.
We might be using the home kit, this new home kit, for either one of those or both of those. So I don't know, but I do like that. I'm more disturbed, by the way, of our impending deal with Betway. I'm more disturbed with that, and I know it's only on the training kit because we're fizzling out, or they're phasing out betting sponsors on the front of shirts. Won't be allowed, I think, from next season onwards. The Premier League could put a ban onto it. So,
by the way, we've only got 1 home game.
Oh, it is only 1, is it? So,
right,
so I did. So that's great. So, a little bit of tradition from the past is coming back, and I hope they do it, because I think Bayern Munich wore next year's kit last night, didn't they? I think they've done something similar. I think teams are starting to do that. So
I'm not bought a kit in 20 years, so
no, I haven't. So tempted by this, but the problem is, though, and it's worth pointing out, by the way, everybody, there's a reason that Chinese companies don't get sued. Is because Adidas will be getting a kickback. So anything you buy from DHgate or whatever, I guarantee your money is going back to the pockets of Adidas.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd sue the fuck out of them. They just would. So I like it, and I think it's great. But going on to Betway, I understand the economics, by the way. I do. I really, really do understand the economics. I get why you take what you can get, but I don't like the fact we're associated with betting. Now, again, me and Nora didn't go way back, same as you, Jarvis, and Manchester United would never, ever, ever be associated with a betting company. And we would have had millions thrown at us from betting companies in the past. And so I don't know why we're taking the money. I don't know why we're taking the money, but it seems to be we've done the deal, doesn't it? Or it's very, very close.
Vultures, we're owned by vulture capitalists.
Yeah.
Vultures.
It's apparently a record deal, isn't it?
18 million. 18 million. But we received 24 from the former deal, the Tessos deal. That
that was over 3 years, wasn't it? This is 18 million a year. This is apparently the biggest deal.
No, the Tessos deal was 24 million pounds a year.
No, I don't know. It was 24 over 3. This is the biggest deal, apparently. That I've read.
Okay, maybe I have my information is wrong, but okay.
That's what I'm told. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But they were saying it's the biggest deal of a training kit sponsor. I preferred it when we were sponsored by DHL. Actually, or somebody like that. But no, I don't like Betway at all.
No,
that's bad for business. I think that's bad for us.
We talked about this a little bit yesterday, Dorian, about the lack of values.
The amount of men, amount of men that destroys lives, families.
People lose homes. People have lost homes through gambling. They've committed suicide.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've
we're going
killed
people. That industry. What does that tell you?
It's awful. It's terrible. We should just not be.
That addiction is like heroin. It's like being addicted to any sort of it is serious addiction.
So the rumor is that we've been offered. We could have had a training kit sponsor this season, but we didn't think it valued Manchester United. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah. But does it show that we are desperate at the moment for cash?
Probably, yeah. I think it probably does.
Yeah, because the guy who's in charge of the footballing operations, Jim, Every time they ask, is make Manchester United profitable again.
Mm.
That's all he said. Not to win, to make Manchester United profitable.
It's all the Glazers were bothered about, wasn't it, when they came over and had their meeting? What's happening to commercial deals?
Yeah.
You know, we are doing deals with bet ways. It's a bad one for me. It's a bad one for me.
And also Tyrone brings up this with gambling addiction and Tonali. We know he was banned for illegal gambling, and you've heard stories about a lot of these players, you know, rolling into the casinos with bags of money and their entourage. I don't want to mention any names, but we heard the stories about this type of and what's his name? The guy who played for Arsenal, Pennant. And Newcastle, and Liverpool, and there have been so many tragic histories of betting in even for the rich.
Paul Merson lost everything. I think Paul Merson lost 4 million or something like that.
Yeah, it's worth noting. The only good thing the Premier League do about it is you're not allowed to sell an under. I think it's under 16, isn't it? There won't be any sponsors on the kids' kit, so they'll only be on adult kits onwards. They won't be on. But I don't like it. I just it's horrible to me. Horrible. The club need to read the room seriously.
Yeah.
They're not going to, because they don't care. Listen, we know who.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
We know who it is.
I think it's absolutely vile. I read it yesterday, and it made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah. And also there have been a lot of accusations on the referee after the Bayern PSG game on the Portuguese referee and the Dubai links of PSG and all of this. There were some dodgy decisions. I don't know if you saw the handball with Mendes. Probably should have been a second yellow and a red card early in the game, but he didn't give it. And you can clearly see on the TV pictures no handball on the Bayern Munich player. And also there were a couple of incidents on penalty situations.
Is this the one where the PSG kicked it, Bettini kicked it onto Neves? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the letter of the law is that's not a penalty. God,
yes, but there was another one. I
saw that. Yeah, I think.
And again, it was Neves.
Yeah, Griezmann should have had a penalty for Atleti, shouldn't he? He was blatantly stood on.
Yes, Gabriel. Yeah, and also the other player when he dragged his arm when he was 1-against-1 on the goalkeeper. But again, you know, they did nothing. So
Barcelona the 2 times, that's why they went through, because Barcelona centre back, both of them in both legs were sent off. But doing exactly that, grabbing that arm.
The interesting thing is, though, the ref's not going to the World Cup, is he? They said they made a point of saying it, so he's probably that pissed off. He's, by the way, if you're not good enough to go to the World Cup, but yet you're good enough to, well, clearly you're not good enough to do both, because I think he had a poor game last night, the ref.
I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the game, but
he made some poor.
And I saw that Company fuming. Company was fuming.
Yeah, he was livid. Yeah, absolutely livid. And Enrique was rather embarrassed by it, because there was a couple of real dodgy decisions. But Arsenal had the same. Atleti had exactly the same. There needs to be better and bigger accountability for referees. I don't know what, by the way, but there just needs to be something.
They need to get demoted.
Yeah, but guys, we all know the problem is VAR, because the referee don't ref the game anymore. They don't take any hard decisions. They leave it to the VAR room, and then we have no control. They have a couple of guys sitting watching a TV screen, you know, watching the replay, slow motions, different angles, and who knows their integrity when they sit in that bus. You know, the referee, they don't have the courage to make any big calls anymore.
No, they don't. And I think that's the problem. I think that's the problem, Joe. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, mate. The referee has to turn around and say, no, you're wrong. I've made a decision and I'm sticking by it. F you. But they don't do it. You know, as soon as the VAR gets involved, I think you need to go to the screen. And everybody knows. As soon as he goes to the screen, what's going to happen. We all know. And when as soon as VAR get involved, we can't get excited. Everybody's going, "Oh, here we go again." Yeah. I love Jeopardy. I know we were robbed, weren't we, in the 90s? Manchester United were robbed in the 90s. We were robbed during the VAR years. But as fans, we accepted it, didn't we? As fans.
I never forget the Drogba offside. I was there at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Or the Nani red card against Real Madrid.
And the Porto offside goal and the Scholes.
The Porto offside, the Scholes one. Yeah, the Scholes offside goal. Yeah. No, forget it. But we accepted it. We accept human error, don't we? We do. The jeopardy is there. The amount of goals that would have been scored this season with that minute offside, the goals that would have scored, some really good goals, it would have been brilliant. The league might have looked completely different today.
Yeah.
The big thing for me is I can't even celebrate a goal anymore when I'm out.
No, you can't. Even at Old Trafford, when Jacob goes, he says, look, he says, there he did, he sneaks a beer in his pocket, as you do, because he's in the TR. Yes, you do. He's been kicked out twice because they caught him. Anyway, he said he spills his beer and then he realizes, what the fuck am I doing? Because VAR is, it's going to ruin it. So half my beer's gone for what? It's not brilliant, I know, but anyway. I love it. It makes me giggle every time. I always say to him, "You're staying today, son." He's a comedian.
By the way, guys, we are on 43 likes. A lot of people watching tonight, so I don't know why you don't.
The video and later on as well after he's processed.
Yes, please hype it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's super important now with the algorithm. So I think it's time to wrap up the show. 1 hour 50 minutes. It's getting late, guys, and
Score prediction, Dave. Score prediction.
Yes, we never got to talk about the game.
It's been a great debate. I love it when us three get together because we have a proper football. In my opinion, we have a proper footballing debate. We don't lose our rag. We can accept what everybody says because of our opinions, and I like it. It's always. I do like it when you're on
my rag on here. I lose my rag on bloody ETV and the straight jacket and the mandem.
Yeah, I love it when you
they trigger me. They trigger me. Those
I'd probably get triggered as well.
I love them. They make me laugh.
Oh,
Daz, you legend, mate. You
Rob's
legend.
on the back of the new blue shirt. That would be fantastic. And it kind of remind me of
the Chinese one. Get a Chinese one, please. Don't give the money to Adidas. Get a Chinese one.
They do get a couple of quid, unfortunately, but I know what you mean.
You don't put them directly into the pockets of the vultures, greedy capitalist vultures.
Do you know what it is, guys? I don't know this for sure, but you probably find that intertwined where you're buying these shirts from, they probably make the kits anyway. They probably got something.
Yeah, 100%. They do.
With the making of the kits. Hence, there's no suing. So
somebody went on one of these big brands. Somebody went on the cover and showed. I think it was on TikTok, maybe last year, the year before, where they showed they make exactly the same thing, and the European big brands like Fendi or like Burberry or whatever, they sell them and then they put the badges on them. They sew the logos on them.
Grace is getting Dallo on the blue kit. Absolutely brilliant. Funnily enough, they do it with vans, by the way. So each van manufacturer, they just build with a different branding on the same platform, the same design, and that's how they do it. So it's been done for years. Grace is hilarious. Well done, Grace.
I think that
score prediction. Sorry, score prediction.
The sport.
I am actually.
I've had two shirts that were bought for me for my birthday, and that's the only shirts I've worn in the last 20 years. I used to absolutely love the woolly hats, the Umbro woolly hats in the winter. It used to be my favorite thing. Running to the mega store. This is before the Glazers. Run into that mega store. Get the Umbro, the old Umbro woolly hat. That was perfect in the winter. Keep my ears, keep my head warm.
I've still got the blue.
In the Manchester rain, watching United, man. Yeah.
I've still got the blue, the navy blue, sharp view cam on it. that woolen one, that really thick one. I've
Yes.
still got that. I might wear. I'll wear that next time. I still
The
got
woolly
that.
hats for me.
I love the woolly hats. Yeah.
But Jarvis, I think it was Jarvis who's got the 91 Cup Winners' Cup. Was it you, Jarvis? Do you have that?
Yes.
Shirt?
Yeah. That's a beauty. It's a beauty.
Yeah,
Beauty.
The 91, that white, that all white kit.
White with red. Reminds me of Mark Hughes scoring in the final.
Yeah. And Brian Robson.
My favorite
beat Barcelona. I remember all the city scum were like, "You're gonna get beat tonight. You're gonna get beat by Barcelona." And I remember running home from primary school to watch that game in Rotterdam, in the rain in Rotterdam.
We went
1-0 down, and I remember Bruce scored to hit 1-1, and Mark Hughes scored the winner in the rain. I'll never forget that. He goes around him and then he smashes it, goes around and then smashes it into. And the rain, I just remember Hughes' hair, the body moving and the hair, the rain coming down, and he just boots it.
Amazing.
And me going crazy, and my neighbours going crazy. Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here, but I got a feeling it was it the tango that they were using that night. The Adidas tango.
The football.
Yeah.
91.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it was a tango.
Honestly, I just
or a version of the tango.
Down, and Mark Hughes, like, actually his big legs just getting past the,
brilliant goal.
The empty net.
The Robbo through ball.
Yeah. Running onto it, taking it around the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Favorite kit is white with the Admiral with the stripes down here. So I'd love Adidas to do a version of that. So put the 3 stripes down here, but just have everything in the middle. So
I mean, if I didn't hate the Glazers and the Vultures, like I would have loved to have got. Do you see that Stone Roses Adidas United? That's like I would have loved that. I think I would look so good in that.
I was
the green one or the blue one?
The both of them. Both.
Yeah, of them. I've got the blue one.
You have the blue one.
I've got the blue one. I was bought it for my birthday. Yeah. Yeah,
I would love that.
I didn't get the green one. I wanted the green one as well, but I never got the green one.
The green one. Yeah, I hate these Vultures. One day when they go, I can go to that.
We need those Vultures. We need them gone.
I've saved enough money now for all the kits in these years.
No, we need to. Yeah, we need them to go, definitely. And I'm a big Adidas fan as well, so it makes me sad that. Anyway, I'm going for a draw. I think we will draw away to Sunderland. Sunderland need the points, and I think we will draw. And I think Sesko will save us. They're a good side, Sunderland. Good team.
Yeah, 2-1. They've got their centre back out for pulling hair. He got sent off, didn't he?
Yeah, he's off. Yeah.
And I think we beat them 2-1.
I think one apiece.
So this is a team form.
Recently has not been that great.
No, they've not been great recently. But they're okay against Wolves. Wolves played quite well, but they're okay. I think we'll draw. Unfortunately, it'll be a tough game up there. They've got an outside chance of Europe, haven't they? Especially if Villa win. They've got an outside chance of Europe still. So
an outside chance. Yeah, they're still in it. But
we won't lose. I think it'll be.
I didn't ask you both seriously because of the debate. Would you both of you are taking Areola over Carrick? Am I right?
Oh God, yeah. I am.
For me, yeah, personally.
I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah. All day long.
So you see their best players so far this season, Granit Xhaka, and we
Michael. He said we should sign him.
Yes. Well, I don't oppose it, to be honest. If you look at how he covers ground.
He's 34, something like that. Something like that, 34.
33.
33.
Nah,
33.
No
fun. Yeah.
If you
left-footed.
He's very left-footed. Brilliant passer. Very, very good passer.
He's been brilliant for them. He's been a proper
leader. He has. Yeah. But they're not bad. They're not a bad side.
Look at his heat map, Nordin. Look at his heat map. Great. It's effing amazing.
Yeah.
The way he covers ground.
Yeah.
And I also think we need an older head in our squad. Let's say Casemiro leaves. Youngsters. Let's say we sign Fernandes or Scott, and we have Mainu and maybe another youngsters.
Yeah, he's definitely gone.
Yeah.
He's off to Florida, isn't he?
Florida, yeah. Or there talks about LA.
Oh, was it LA as well? Was there? I think he'll
yeah.
probably end up into Miami, won't he?
Who's that?
Casemiro.
Hasn't Busquets retired? And they're not doing that well, are they? Into Miami, I don't think at the minute.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know he likes to go to Disney World, so
he loves Disney World.
Yeah, I don't know if Atalanta has a team, maybe something Pirates or whatever.
I'm gonna have a look at that then, Daz. See if I can find that, because that's by far my era of growing up in the 70s.
Were you a fan of the Stone Roses, Stu?
Yes, I'm more into rock and metal for sure, but I love the Stone Roses. I wasn't massively into Oasis. Seen him a couple of times. I didn't get giddy.
I like the Stone Roses because I like Ian Brown and the United connection.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't get giddy when Oasis were. I always thought that was a cash grab anyway. I think it's the biggest, or one of the very, very best business deals Oasis came up with. I can stand Liam, but I actually cannot stand Noel Gallagher. I don't like
stuff that he says about Manchester.
Yeah, they've made so much money on this tour. It was obvious. Somebody had a brainwave, convinced of it years ago, that we'll split up for 20 years and then we'll make absolute. And they just have. It's just rolled in, hasn't it? Absolutely rolled down a fucking hill.
Big up, Jess.
Look at the thumbnail. I've obviously upset Jess now because she's not banging me on the back of her shirt. So anyway, I'm going to go and cry, Jess. Now you've upset me.
Who's that photo, Jess? Who's that photo?
I don't know. She's changed it 3 times, hasn't she, tonight?
Is that supposed to be me? Is that supposed to be me?
I don't know. It's a good.
I think that might be a photo.
Yeah, it's a good one anyway. It's a bit of AI, that is, isn't it?
That's my AI brother. Hello, AI brother. How are you? My AI twin.
Yeah.
Scary times, scary world.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So, Nordin, what's your prediction? Score prediction
2-1.
of the 2-1. Okay.
I think we need to finish really strong.
Yeah. I agree. I think we will win the last 3, to be honest.
No, that's no good for my score prediction.
Yeah, but I think we will.
So we got Nottingham Forest. I think they might come and fight for their lives in it.
That's no good for my points prediction, Jarvis. I need 2 draws. That's it.
2 draws. Yeah.
2 draws, Norridin. I hit this my points prediction.
What was my point prediction?
I went 66.
Probably 45. I said 55. And I think we said something similar. So 53 maybe.
Yeah. Jarvis is the only one. Jarvis
in the last 3 games, what would we finish with?
We're on 72 if we win the last 3 games. I reckon. I think we are on 60. Are we on 71 now? 71 plus 61 plus 9.
Are we on 61?
No, 63 plus 9, yeah. So 72 points.
We're on 63, aren't we?
72 points, yeah. 64 points we're on now.
64.
Yeah. We're on 64 points.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, so 71 points then.
Yeah. So there's no, so I just
if we get 9 out of 9, we will be on 73 points.
Yeah.
Yes. So Mark said 69. Yeah, so Mark said 69. So he will claim victory by virtue of going over his tally. Now Jarvis was on 55 for 2 weeks, and he was sitting pretty for 2 weeks. In fact, he wrote to the Premier League, Nuruddin, to say, "Can you please not play any more games? Put the season null and void, so I look like I know what I'm talking about."
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So I need
Well,
to.
who would have thought? In my defense, I would say no one would have thought Man United should end up on 71 points, 72 points.
Just agreed to get me on the back of his shirt as well. Yes. Thank you.
Check this out, though. Oh my God!
Hey, there's my AI.
Jarvis,
Yes.
one thing I did predict, though, I said we would concede up to 50 goals this season, over 50-something goals this season.
You
Because the
did.
defense being crap. We've conceded now 48 goals.
When the season is done and dusted, we have to do a recap show and go back and get the predictions.
I said it would be a record goal concession.
I'll give you those 2 goals.
I predicted around over 50. I said 55. I even said 55 because of the way we were defending.
I'll give you those 2 goals, Nuruddin, if I get the 2 draws. So you finish on 50, I finish on 66. How's that?
Crazy. I did predict the way we were defending that we would concede 50 goals.
The interesting
that was Amorim. It's mainly Amorim that we conceded so many goals in Amorim's games.
Yeah. So I think ultimately, I mean,
on the Carrick we have this one. We've conceded 3 against Leeds. We conceded 2 against Bournemouth. We conceded 2 against Liverpool. We are conceding a lot of goals, Jarvis, and we're only winning by the 1 goal.
We do. But in a way, that's also a strength with a weak squad. So it's, imagine us. We sat here last season at this time and said, Amorim needs at least 2 more years. He needs a window. And Carrick has had nothing. And we judge Carrick more harshly than we did with Amorim, in a way. So,
because for me, the gaslighting, there's too much PR gaslighting. There wasn't PR gaslighting with Carrick for me. I can be seen as incredibly harsh against Carrick because I see the gaslighting. I see the too much PR stuff, and I hate that. By my nature, I just hate too much PR. By the way, today in his presser, did you see it? He gave the biggest hint that he's getting a job.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big hint.
Yeah, well, we basically knew this already, but I don't. In a way, there's nowhere else we can go with this. Him coming in third, doing quite well after how many months? 5 months. So again,
Jarvis, but it matters to me. It really matters to me. We've only played and competed from minute 1 to the last minute for 3 games. And that was against Villa, City.
Yeah. But the biggest issue with people who want Carrick to come in, they haven't thought it through, because if Carrick comes in, he will at least stay for 2 seasons. 2.5. And if he doesn't succeed, it will
because of the sentiment and emotional blackmailing.
It will hinder our rebuild, I would say. Everything needs to go really wrong for Carrick to get the sack for the next 2 seasons. So if Carrick gets the job, we are locked in now for 2 seasons with Carrick ball. And we are going to invest. So if we are wrong on this, it will hurt. It will hurt.
We're going to be wrong on this. Absolutely. No 2 ways about it. We're going to be wrong on this. I think Jess is right. People will say he's done enough to get the job. If we don't strengthen that coaching side, as you said, Jarvis.
Yeah. If you don't sign the fitness.
I'll tell you guys.
All of those different departments around him.
We should be looking at, if we can't get his old man to come and manage the club, which we can't. We must go and get Davide Ancelotti as a coach. We must. We just must. And we're not going to do either. So we're just going to be sailing on this plateau again of okay, we've had a decent season this time, but
I mean, to me, it's not a decent season because we've broken records for 100 years. We've gone out first round in the League Cup and an FA Cup. We only play 40 games.
Yeah, it's true. Ridiculous.
100 years of our history.
Yeah.
I can't believe this club is going to go into his 150 years in existence with the Glazers still in charge.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
It makes me.
How long is it? How long is it now? 20.
Well, it's going to be 21 years by the time,
21 years.
21, 22 years. Yeah, 22 years.
Last time we waited 26 years when we won it in 92.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about it. We're not talking about the league. We're talking about the anniversary of Manchester United is 2028 for 150 year anniversary.
Yeah.
That's what Omar Barada said, that United should be winning, should have win the league. But
we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
They're just waiting to put the stadium up, and then when they do that, they're going to rake it in, and fans like me and you and your son Stu will be priced out.
Oh, we're going to be fucking 100%, mate, 100%.
Do you agree with Jess?
Well, I pray, if there's any truth can ever be, I pray that is the truth. I pray and I pray on it.
That stadium is the key that unlocks the billions.
Bringing NFL games.
Yeah.
Bringing Beyonce, Drake, Taylor Swift.
Tampa Bay, it'll be Tampa Bay's new home in the UK. They'll be playing more in the UK, exactly the same as other clubs. Yeah, Taylor Swift will be there. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
I think you're thinking too small. I think a new stadium will be built with with an AI VR glasses section for all the fans through the world. Billions can come and buy tickets for the game and be a part of the crowd.
Oh, that's next.
Experience the experience. They will know how to rake in.
That is 100% next. Yeah,
there will be something else. So again, there will be. Yeah, who knows?
Jarvis, I wouldn't be surprised. You know that actual tent or whatever they're going to call it, and I'm amazed other clubs haven't done it already. That when they do the fan parks, that the game is projected on the outside and you sell tickets for that. I'm amazed other clubs haven't done that already, because it's a piece of piss to do, an absolute piece of piss. It's just easy. It's just easy. They can make so much money with innovation at this point, and I just hate it. I hate that fucking fact.
It will be a circus. It will be a circus.
Be a massive circus. But if you are a sponsor of Manchester United and you can do that, and you do AI, you do this and you do that, the sponsorship will rake through, because there'll be adverts all the time with the sponsors all the time. Don't need any advertising boards in the stadium, because what's the point? Because you can see it in real life. You know as well as I do, gents, you could talk about anything, any product that you've not spoken about before, and what happens next time you switch on YouTube. That product, they know.
Because devices are listening to us.
Yeah, they know. It's so fucking easy. Fucking easy.
I was with my friend the other day, and I was texting my other friend, where I was like, "Where are you?" And then it was like, "Oh, I need to get new glasses." Next minute, my phone, all the adverts, glasses.
Yeah, and by the way, all those customers club and everything, you want to become a member when you buy, they're only doing it to track what you're buying, and then they know, so they can raise the prices on the things that you want the most.
Yeah.
So you earn a dime, and it costs a dozen. So again, it's just a scheme. All of this.
It's so funny. I have friends who want to book flight, and they want to come to when they come and see me. They're like, "Can I use your laptop?" Because when I click on mine to look for cheaper flights, they never show up. So they use my laptop to look for cheaper flights.
It's true, yeah, I can believe it. Yeah, fucking
nice. Last question from Das. Doesn't Holland deserve to say?
I don't rate him. I didn't rate him for England, so why would I rate him for Manchester United? He's too pragmatic, too defensive, too dilly-dally. With Southgate, they never made changes. They were more pragmatic. They were not super conservative. But Manchester United, with risk, high reward, have to go for things. Can't sit there in the rows waiting 70 minutes to make changes.
It needs an addition to him. I wouldn't be averse to him staying, but it needs somebody, and it needs Davide Ancelotti if we don't get his dad, which we're not going to get.
The word talks about the Bayern Munich assistant manager.
It's only because he was He was the number
Middlesbrough.
2 to Carrick and Middlesbrough.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, but apparently there is a link, so they know how to work together and all of this. So could be interesting. Could be interesting.
They got sacked though, didn't they? That was the parent that got sacked at Middlesbrough. I don't know if we want that. I know it's one of those things, and it's always the same, isn't it? There's always been a problem somewhere along the line. You know, the best. I've said it. You know, I'm not going to say it anymore. I see it differently on what we should do with the managerial situation. That's all.
We will know in a couple of weeks' time. I bet you they will find the right moment and tell us that Carrick is the next guy. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a great show. If you haven't, smash the like and subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils. We need more subscribers. We are on 1,809 subscribers at the moment, on the road to 2,000. And
please subscribe, people. Please subscribe. You're not going to get a level of analysis and a level of breakdowns of games in after matches on this channel, and a level of retro nostalgia FC. This is the original nostalgia FC. So please do subscribe to the channel.
Please do.
Please do. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Right, guys. Good night.
Thank you, Noradine. Thank you, Stu. Thank you, everybody. I just want to give before we wrap it up, I just want to give Grace a shout for the memberships and the 2 super chats. Top fans tonight. There was Grace, Das, Trevor, Vissa, Nicky T, Johnny Commode, and Tyrone, Jess, Yalmal the Primate, Tom Porter, I Am Titanium, Sean, Aaron Mitchell, King Solbo, all of you legends. Thank you, everybody. The buses, all of you. Thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you on the channel next time we go live, and that will be Saturday evening.
It should be all right Saturday evening, yes. Yeah. We're 3 o'clock kickoff. Now, the problem is, the likes of myself and Nuruddin, it's not live in the UK.
Ooh.
The game isn't live. No. So, we're not live.
I'm going to do a watch along with Saeed, so we'll find some way to
buy yourself a VPN. It will help you out.
If you find a way, Nuruddin, drop me a nod on where I can see it. Because we can't do that, you see, Jarvis, in the UK on 3 o'clock. It's been a lockout for years.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
It's the biggest BS, that rule, honestly.
Yeah, it's a lockout. And
how can we not watch the game live on TV when we have it here? Like
in today's day and age as well. I know. Joke. So it's
gonna be our first 3 o'clock game.
Oh, I can't remember last time we kicked off at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon.
And you know what? The Forest game was meant to be 3 o'clock, but now it's 12:30.
Yeah.
That's home game.
I know, it's bollocks.
Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will be back Saturday night with the match reaction. Go subscribe to United Real Therapy.
I'll be live tomorrow around 10 o'clock with Saeed doing a match preview. Big up, Jess says here, new Brazil 1970 Netflix film is out. Wow, I can't wait. I've been really enjoying the sport documentaries on Netflix lately.
I'll have to have a look at that.
The Ronaldinho one is worth watch. Really interesting.
I'll have a look at that.
Carlos Alberto, wasn't that the name of the guy who scored that brilliant goal?
Carlos Alberto, yeah.
He
was in the
that move when Pele and the ball just lifts off the ground like that, and he just boom, and the old school net just.
What's the name of the winger? No, the fullback.
Jarzinho, was back at the time.
Ravellino. Somebody, I think it's Tastao. He takes to the player, drops the show. Somebody put music to that goal, and they're dancing. I swear to God, it's like they're dancing.
No, I think Rivellino's
goal against England. Somebody put music to Maradona's goal against England and to that goal against.
We must try and do that, mustn't we, guys? And honestly, join us near him, because me and Jarvis have spoke that we must do a match breakdown on the 1986 World Cup final or whatever. We must do. Feel free to join us, because it'd be great to do some nostalgia.
I mean, I was only a baby, but I remember.
No, but it's your view on the football. you know, our take on the actual difference between modern day football and football when we loved it, didn't we? So I think people will enjoy it. I really do. But it's
Maybe you can tell us more. Maybe we should do so. You should do the match reaction to Brazil versus Italy.
Yeah,
in '82. More people talk about actually that Brazil team is talked about more than Italy that won the World Cup.
Do you know what? When you look at Zico at that particular time, you had the flair of Adair, beautiful left foot. You had Socrates in the middle with that beard, Falcao, you know, his fucking veins like that. The worst goalkeeper on the planet, and Trafford. Fucking
who wants to be a goalkeeper in Brazil?
I know. And they were just free flowing, weren't they, with their football? It was fantastic. Rivellino was phenomenal.
Yeah, there was Rivellino. Yeah, so many good players. Thank you, guys. It's been a blast.
Yes.
See you on the next one. Have a good night and bye.